Hi, friends. My name is Paige.
I'm Morgan.
And this is
Girl Manufactured.
Listen or cringe along with us as we look back at music from the it girls, wannabes, and victims of the tween idol industrial complex.
Which icons broke the mold, in which sitcom starlets turned forgotten pop stars still deserve their flowers.
Our credentials: we're two queer millennials who were raised on aughts Disney, Nickelodeon, and MTV.
I work in communications now, but I'm a graduate of a performing arts high school and a recovering singer-songwriter.
And I'm a creative writer and professional advertising demon. Today we're covering
This Is My Time by
Raven-Symoné. And I'm extremely thrilled because today we are joined by the hosts of one of my favorite podcasts, Fangirl Central, sisters Amanda and Amber.
Woo! Hey! Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We're very excited.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
We heard you're big fans of Raven, so introduce yourselves, and I guess you could tell a little story about how you came to be a fan of Raven.
So I'm Amanda.
I'm Amber.
We're sisters. I don't know a time that I wasn't a fan of Raven.
Just about to say that exact same thing because I right before, like literally like 30 minutes ago, we were watching some music videos of Raven, and there's one where she's young, and so it's the That's What Little Girls Are Made Of music video. I don't know if you guys have seen
Yes.
it. Yeah. Just remembering her, like I remember being around her age when she was on the Cosby Show, and just knowing her in every point of her life.
Yeah, like
I've seen her in that, and then in Xenon, and then just like she's just always been.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I honestly, it's like muddled in my mind because like we would watch the Cosby Show. Sorry, but we would, and like as a fan.
Oh no, Nick at Night. I was a fan.
Like Nick at Night,
like literally, like we like, and so she when her character came up, like our parents, especially our mom, was like so excited that we were being introduced to Olivia when she came into the show, because she wasn't always on the show. And so when we got to that point, because it was reruns, it was like, I don't know, I was like, that's me on the screen. Like that's like the character that I relate to the most, because at that point I had been relating to Rudy, but Olivia was like younger and we were younger, and then
she had lines.
She was hilarious.
She was like, she's just always been so like captivating. Like even this music video, I'm like, how did they choreograph? How did she have this talent since 8, like and younger?
Honestly, like the Cheetah Girls, That's a Raven, like
all
created my personality. But I just sometimes forget that like Raven's just in my life.
Yes, same. And I was just saying, her face is just so comforting to me. Like it's what I grew up with on my TV screen. Like she was always like, whatever facial expression she's making, it's Raven's face. I love her.
And her facial expressions are iconic because her physical comedy is peak. Like I don't know anyone who can top her. Honestly.
The entire next generation very much adopted her like structure, her whole comedic timing, and like the way she is on her sitcom. That's how sitcoms started to kind of structure their own show.
Like especially on Disney Channel, we have like you were mentioning earlier, and I hope you get to see this show, but we have a show that we do called Disney Vortex, which is like literally like a Mamma Mia type like jukebox musical, only using Disney Channel music, but like we're the main characters as us growing up, and like how obsessed we were with Disney Channel, and like how obsessed we were with like the white Disney Channel stars and how they were pushed in like our later years. But then like a culmination of the show is remembering our roots, like literally remembering where you came from, who this legacy is about. Like there would be no High School Musical without Cheetah Girls, and there would be no Hannah Montana without Raven-Symoné. Like genuinely, she is the mother.
She is the mother.
She's the mother of Disney Channel.
Oh,
she's the entire blueprint of Disney.
And also, we talk on this show about Disney royalty and different like Disney queens, like Brenda Song, Ashley Tisdale. She, I think, is like the queen of all Disney queens.
Yeah,
like she is the
100%.
pinnacle.
Like our two pillars of Disney Channel are like Raven-Symoné and Brenda Song, and people completely look over them for like Miley, Demi, Selena, like Vanessa, Ashley. Like all the white ones, but it's like,
Yeah.
who was on everything?
Who was in
Raven-Symoné,
everything?
Brenda Song.
And I'm talking like Brenda was in a lot of TV shows we grew up with, but Raven was in her own TV show and then also a bunch of different music videos. Like she was the lead in Circle of Life. Is that what it's called? It just slipped my mind. That's what it's called. Yeah. Okay, yes. Circle of Life. She was in that. And she was also the lead in A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
we did an
but, like,
episode about
all
that,
of the-
about how like dominated. It was her.
Yeah.
It was the That's So Raven cast song.
Yes,
Because they were
100%.
like classically trained musicians, like
yeah, all of them.
unlike the other shows.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She's just
Hilary Duff.
She is like the definite threat.
We're like Hilary Duff,
Hillary.
like yeah.
We're not a fan.
We're Morgan especially is a hater, and it's so funny because anytime we like cover someone who is like obviously very better than Hillary, especially a person of color, because it's like really?
It's like
And Hillary who like made it big and was really pushing. It's like, girl cannot sing or act.
No.
She can't move. Okay, they get I know you're probably on the hater train, so you probably know this. And I'm not on the hater train, okay?
Neither am I,
I was a
but I
Hilary Duff
understand.
fan. I love
I loved Lizzie McGuire.
movie because of the music.
I love Lizzie McGuire too.
But they get a dance double for her in what Dreams Are Made Of. Like that move, that iconic move, she's not doing those dances. Anytime it's the back of her, it's a dance double. And for something as simple as like doing a little fist pump, it's like she's that
I never
that
knew
they had
that.
I didn't know that
adult
either.
women.
That's really sad.
You need to look closely.
Rewatch it.
You'll notice.
Look at that grown ass woman doing the dancing.
Yeah.
That's so embarrassing.
I feel like with Hillary, yeah, she does. She okay, and I'm so sorry, Hillary, but she doesn't have it.
No.
But I think that she was probably, and this is just me like parasocializing a theory. And this is not fact. I feel like maybe she was just a great kid and a pleasure to work with, and they're like, you know what, we'll help her out with the facts.
Yeah.
And
She's
blonde.
pretty
Yeah,
pleasant
and she's
and white.
blonde.
She's blonde.
Yes, exactly.
They
I think she was pleasant. Yes, exactly.
They thought that she was going to be Britney Spears. I think they thought she was going to be Britney Spears.
They couldn't have thought
they
that.
wanted her to be that.
No,
and they thought that she was. She can't dance. The thing is that if she was going to be Britney Spears, if you can't sing, you need to be able to dance.
And she could not
you need to
do
be
either.
able to.
Yeah.
No, y'all. There's actually, I have to say that there's no way they thought that, because if we see Britney at 9 and then we see Hillary in what was she in, that
Casper and Wendy.
Casper and Wendy. No,
it's not the same.
No,
they thought they
completely different levels.
Veil over our eyes.
Raven-Symoné Christina Perriman-Madej, I don't know if that's how you pronounce the last name. That's her married name. Was born December 10th, 1985 in Atlanta. So she's a Sag.
Yep.
Millennials know her as Raven from That's So Raven, but that does not scratch the surface. According to IMDb, she has 11 wins and 38 nominations under her belt.
Damn.
Like, it's wild. And that includes 5 NAACP Image Awards, 3 Young Artist Awards, plus a bunch of nominations for like Emmys, Kids and Teen Choice Awards. Like, it was insane. And as we mentioned, she's like one of the greatest comedic actors of our time. So I'm not surprised. Like, I think she grew up watching the Carol Burnett show and stuff like that, and she clearly killed it. Again, feel free to jump in because I'm gonna summarize her career up to the point of this album. But like, yes.
Okay, I have a question. Wait, you said she was nominated for a lot of Teen Choice and Kids Choice Awards. She never won.
Yeah. I don't think so. I have to like look into that. But I was like, how did she not? I think she might have gotten
I never remember like really seeing her winning one.
Me neither.
And I'm like, I feel like by the time that it was like really like the age where I wanted to participate and vote, they weren't really pushing it.
I mean that adds up to me because I feel like she never got her flowers and she still hasn't. Like, I feel like people who look up to her, like when people ask me who my comedy like role model is, I literally say Raven-Symoné, and people laugh as if that's a joke answer, but I'm like, I'm not being I'm not kidding right now. Like,
she's very disrespectful of people.
But it's usually older people. It's usually people that are older than it's like Gen X and above because they didn't grow up with it. And like some of them, so if they have kids that grew up with it, they'll respect it, like our parents, or if they watched her on the TV show. But like, I'm just being serious. She can sing, dance, act, and I feel like it was the first time that I had representation that was like literally a crazy Black girl, like crazy, insane, cuckoo bananas, and yet fierce. Like when she starts to sing and dance, it's fierce. And the duality, I was like, okay, now I feel seen.
Yeah.
Because she can get up there and kill the
all sides.
But she's also like going to do drag every single day to get out of a problem.
Some shenanigans.
Yes. Oh,
absolutely.
Also, she's just Sagittarius. Sagittarius women are my favorite. All my crushes are Sagittarius. Miley Cyrus.
I love
Vanessa
the
Hudgens,
fiery. I'm a Leo, so like any fire, I'm like, let's go.
I'm an Aries. I love fiery.
I'm a Gemini, so Sagittarius is my sister sign. I love Sagittarius.
And I love some air. Like, fan the flames, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta do
That's
it.
what I always say. Yes.
All right. So you guys mentioned this, but she started her career as a literal infant, like baby, modeling, appearing in a bunch of commercials like for Jell-O and Cool Whip. And then in 1989, Bill Cosby created a role for her on The Cosby Show because apparently she had auditioned for a movie and then he was like, it's not right for you. And so literally was like, okay, you're going to be Olivia in The Cosby Show. And she was only 3.
I mean, you know,
yeah,
Bill Cosby's Bill Cosby, but when you got like a co-signed by Bill Cosby back then, you're a star.
Yeah.
Baby.
She was a star.
I didn't realize she was little. I didn't realize she was like literally that little on the Cosby
Oh my goodness. I just remember that popsicle scene.
So tiny. And then the Cosby Show ended in 1992. And the same year is when she began her singing career. And I mean, the singing career, the acting, and all overlapped, but this is when it really started because she signed with MCA Records.
Okay.
And y'all, do you know who she was taking vocal lessons from?
Who?
She was taking vocal lessons from just a little known artist who was up and coming, Missy freaking Elliott.
Okay.
That's unreal.
That's who she was like.
So accurate. Okay, because that makes so much sense because while I was watching this music video, I was like, the way, and every time I listen to the song, the way she's pronouncing her words is very Missy Elliott.
It's Missy.
Very Missy coded, and that makes so much sense.
Oh my God, to have Missy as your mentor.
She's hitting the Z's. Oh my goodness.
You're like under her wings, like, yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. It really is. And then her debut album, Here's to New Dreams, was released the summer of 1993. I was born July 1993. So this is like, I was out the womb, and That's What Little Girls Are Made Of was reaching number 68 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh.
And you said you guys remember like this song?
That's what. Okay, yes, I watched it resurface like a few years ago.
I don't remember.
I think when in the quarantine.
Well, obviously, neither of us were born. I was born in '96, and Amber was born in '98. But and I didn't realize that she had such a huge career before That's So Raven until I was like, I think an adult, like probably in college is when I when I found That's What Little Girls Are Made Of. I was like, oh, so she's always been a star. Yeah. Like she's literally always commanded the stage. We watched the music video, but also a live performance. And like she's killed it in the live performance. Her vocal, like
her breath
breathing,
work, her choreography,
the choreography. She's hitting it.
Her
all.
face.
The girls do not do. I'm sorry, the girls do not do it like she was doing it anymore.
The girls,
no,
there are girls. The girls do, some do, but they're not getting noted.
But this is the thing: is like I saw this the other day. Somebody was like, yes, it's great that everybody's becoming independent and stuff. However, there's no more music development. And it takes like 3 to 7 years to develop an artist for real and actually like get them prepped vocally, dance, like PR trained, like just confidence, just like to have it. Like we're not getting music artist development like that anymore, which is something that I'm really disappointed in. And we need to change that because look at Raven. Like let's look at our mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Our true roots. But then, unfortunately, because of low album sales, she was dropped from MCA Records in 1995. But there's more, because a year later in 96, her dad founded Ray Blaze Records, and she signed a distribution deal with Crash Records for her second album, Undeniable, which and you were saying it takes time to develop, it didn't release until 1999.
Okay.
And again, sales didn't do great, but can you guess who she was touring with as an opener to promote it?
Not Britney.
Was it Will Smith?
Not Britney,
Was it
but in the realm of Britney, but with the boys.
Was it
NSYNC?
It was NSYNC. Yes.
Yeah.
She was touring with NSYNC to promote this, apparently.
Oh, wait, how old was she?
Is she all right? So this is 99.
So
14.
What did I say? She was
She's 14.
85.
14.
Yeah, 14.
What a like dream.
What is Max
Except
right
for
now?
not because she was like a lesbian, but
But that's insane.
Yeah, but she probably was like kicking it with them.
That's insane.
They were probably like teaching her.
There's no way she wasn't.
They were probably teaching her how to flirt with women. Like, can you imagine?
Oh my god!
She was 14.
I need the fan fiction.
I was literally so
oh my god,
like crush obsessed at 14.
That just sounds like a Wattpad fan fiction.
Yeah,
but not with like a romance between them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just like to go on tour with the boy band.
Yeah.
As a lesbian in the 90s,
it sounds like something I want to see. Like
I would love. There needs to be like a fictionalized like movie.
It's like safe for work, friend fluff, fan fiction.
Please. I like that.
Okay, so also while all of this is happening in her music career, she's scoring acting roles left and right. Like
absolutely.
Notably, her first film in 94, The Little Rascals, and then in 98, Dr. Dolittle with Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Okay, The Little Rascals is one of my all-time favorite movies. Like we used to watch that all the time. Mary-Kate and Ashley are in that too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, they are. I don't. Of course they are. I don't think I've seen this version.
This
I
movie
think I've only seen like
and Buckwheat,
black and white.
It's pretty camp. It's actually like it's actually a biting satire on gender dynamics.
Yeah, it's really funny.
It's
okay.
Yeah.
Raven is just some really important work for our time.
Yeah.
And then in 1999, Zenas Lapidus. She landed her first Disney gig. Yup. Xenon's friend and the DCOM, Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
Iconic.
Did you guys watch that movie?
Absolutely.
Yes, I remember looking for all the Z's in the third movie. Remember when they were like, count the Z's.
Yeah.
Count all the Z's in this movie. And
I forgot about that.
I feel oh my god, now that
oh my god,
you guys are like literally like refreshing my mind so much because I have not thought this in depth about Raven's place in my life, but her being in that movie probably also is connected to me loving like sci-fi and fantasy because I had never seen a Black girl that I related to so heavily in a science fiction movie like that.
That's pivotal.
And like I loved all of the like the space, the mythology.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna be on a space station in the year 2100 or whatever, and her fashion.
The fashion was so good.
And speaking of fashion, I feel like the way when I go back and watch That's a Raven, which we haven't gotten to yet, but when I go back and watch it, I'm like, this is why I dress the way I dress. I'm like, oh, Raven. Raven is why I am the way I am in every way.
I was watching like a 45-minute YouTube video of like the best moments from season 1 of That's So Raven. Her outfits like hold up today. The jackets with like the oh my god.
And we couldn't remember.
And
did she have a clothing line? We couldn't remember.
Yes, I was about to say she's the one who's like designing her outfits. Yeah. And so it's just kind of like, I don't design my own clothes, but the way that she had so much control over her own fashion sense, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put on whatever I want right now, and it's gonna be very sparkly and pretty.
She very much like had a brand.
Yeah.
I mean, and she'd been building it since like birth, so makes sense.
Yeah.
Then in 2002, she started voicing Monique on Kim Possible, which coming back to you now. Coming back.
This is piecing a lot of things together because she was literally orbiting around everywhere, like literally, and she was into something somehow. And I feel like that was like also maybe the first time like I was conceptualizing this actor is voicing a cartoon character. Like I was like, that's Raven's voice.
Yeah.
Like I was piecing together. I don't even know how old I was, like maybe like 7 or something. But I was like piecing together animation.
Yeah,
And like voice.
The deep
Yeah, like there's
universe.
a real human behind this cartoon.
Yes, and it's like I know.
But then in 2003, oh, go for it.
Okay, season 1. Enter season 1.
She's 17 and she's like, you know what? I am done being the black best friend in every single one of these Disney gigs, and had her like real Disney breakthrough with Sing It. That's so Raven.
Future I can see.
And fun fact, oh my god, do you guys know the whole thing?
Yeah, absolutely. You want us to sing the song?
Because we will.
I mean, if you're willing, please do.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Gazing to the future. And then I could be a breeze, but it's not. Seeing trouble from a distance, yeah. Go right, but it's not that easy. Oh. Try to save a situation, then I end up misbehaving. Oh, hey now, stay now, wanna put it down, now, come on around with the rain now, it just looks great now, and everything's gonna change now, let's here we go, that's so Raven, there's the future I can see, that's so Raven, it's mysterious to me, that's so Raven, it's the future I can see, that's so Raven, it's so mysterious to me, yeah, yep, that's me.
That was a treat. Thank you.
That was amazing.
You guys really
for letting us do that.
You really captured her like unique vocalizations too. Like I felt like
burned,
I'm tuning in to see the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't not do it.
Yes, like all the ad libs, they're just like it's literally burned the sound files in my brain.
Well, I'm glad we could tap in and like really bring that back for you. Thank you. So fun fact, and y'all might know this already, but she auditioned for the role of Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes.
But then she was so damn good that they reworked the series to make her the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And Annalise Vanderpool, who played Chelsea, said, I think that was kind of like racism at a low level, I guess if that's even a possibility. They couldn't really see a black girl leading a show. They only saw her as a sidekick. But then lo and behold, she ended up becoming the youngest black female to have a TV show named after her.
Damn.
And it was also the first Disney show to air for 100 episodes.
That is, she
holy crap.
Makes me want to cry.
Now, see, that
almost brought tears to my eyes.
This is just so emblematic of like black women have to do like 3 times as much to like get the accolades than their white peers, because I feel like people, when you think like people talk way more about like Hannah Montana and Sweet Life than they do about That's So Raven. I think just recently,
I think there's been a surge
where
they're like, remember That's So Raven, and
put
like
some respect on Raven's name because she was way funnier than everybody that came after her.
She was something like no other. Like, she is so original. And I will say, Swale and Cody, those boys have something, and they were that was some original dynamic there, though. Those twin boys, that was hilarious. But Raven is the reason Hannah Montana's comedic timing was the way that it was.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't know, but I'm sure Miley would probably admit that today. She does like to give everyone their flowers. Not to bring that into it, but that show, Shake It Up, then it leaked into Disney, to Nickelodeon too. Like, people just watched Raven and were like, what is she doing? Let's do that, which often happens with black women.
She was the blueprint for so much of this.
They're like,
did you guys have a favorite episode?
My favorite episode is the musical episode, the superstar undercover superstar. We will find wherever you are. I just love musicals.
Yes.
Like anything musical. Like that's why I like the Lizzie McGuire movie and not really the show too much, because anything to do with. We don't care. No, but the soundtrack of the Lizzie McGuire movie is good.
It is.
It's what's that song? like all. I mean, I don't even have to tell y'all. Obviously, you know we love music.
But okay, so I love that.
I was just gonna say in regards to musicals, this is like unrelated, but I feel like I have to bring this up that we too have gone through a Lin-Manuel Miranda phase, and
yeah.
so understand the plight.
I met him.
You did.
Yeah,
So did we.
during the In the Heights phase of his career, not like now.
Yeah.
But how did y'all meet him?
So our family was in New York in 2013 because I was touring NYU to go to college.
Mhm.
And while we were in New York, Lynn tweeted, and I was like avidly like looking at his tweets, of course, as you do in 2013. And he tweeted that he was going to be at the Morris Jumel Mansion performing a couple songs from his new show that was untitled. It was Hamilton.
Yeah.
And I said, family to the Heights. And I know how to get there because I know in the Heights, you must take the A train even farther than Harlem to North Manhattan and maintain. Get off at 181st to take the escalator. I hope you're writing this down. I'm going to text you later. I said, let's get to 181st, okay? Let's get there. So,
I already know Morgan can sing along, and they've given me whole In the Whites performances, like in our living room, where they know all the words. It's so good.
I was obsessed with In the Heights when I was a teenager. That was my favorite musical.
Oh my goodness! I think isn't that one of your favorite musicals too?
What, In the Heights?
Yeah, In the Heights.
Yes, yeah. It's literally like one of my top 3. It's one of my top 3 favorite musicals, and we watched him perform, and then we went up to him after.
Oh my
and
God,
like our mom's a Spanish teacher, so she spoke to him in Spanish, and our dad was like, "Man, that was really good. Man, you really have something here. I think this show's gonna go places." and I took a picture with him, and I was like, In the Heights. I listened to it when I was a freshman in my freshman year in high school 3 years ago, and it stuck with me ever since. And he was like, "Yep, that's the age. Like that's the age that you will get obsessed with it." And I was like, "You like don't understand."
My goodness.
And he was so nice.
I also held my college friends captive and performed Hamilton. I performed Yorktown, the Battle of Yorktown for them like all the time. I was like, sit down, I have to sing this song.
Wait, we have a karaoke machine and we will sing Hamilton karaoke.
Oh my God.
Of course, I play her. I love
Morgan
her.
will be like, Paige, I'm going to put on a duet, and then we'll put on one of the songs. And then what was it? The history has. We'll put on a song where I have like one line. And I'm like, this isn't a duet. I'm literally reading a speech, bitch.
We did one last time, and I was
That's hilarious. One last time, sometimes I'll listen to it and randomly, like it did. Like one time, it came up on shuffle, and I had not listened to the whole show in a really long time, and I was like, I started crying. I was like, oh, it's such a good song.
No, it's so good.
Wait, that's what happened with us. Lin-Manuel Miranda was not in our heads for like years. And then my shuffle put on, I can't remember which number it was. I think it might have been Skylar Sisters. And I was like, it's happening again. And literally since that moment, we've just been on a kick.
I'm obsessed.
That's so funny. I'm sorry. That is so hilarious that you make the duet one last time. Like that.
Yeah.
He's literally reading a speech.
I can't even. That's funny.
Like, this isn't a duet.
I'm gonna start doing that.
So favorite Raven.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you so much for taking that journey with us.
Oh, absolutely.
I could not bring it up.
This is what you're going to get with Fangirl Central because, like, everything is related.
Yeah.
Like, every fandom is intertwined.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because now he's in Percy Jackson.
It is. It's a fabric.
It is. It's DNA, too.
But, Amber, wait. What is your favorite episode of Desiree?
Oh, right. I have so many. It's the Boys in Motion episode.
Oh, where they do drag as Boys in Motion.
Where they do drag as a boy band, which is like just like foreshadowing for the two of us in our entire 20s. And
I feel that.
The one where she goes to the spa to find her favorite Maisha from up the street, you know, and she has her mom go to the spa with her, and they're like literally trying to find this girl who's just having a spa day. She's a celebrity, and the dog ends up in her mom's purse. And so the security guard thinks that they stole the dog because she's a high profile celebrity. It's just insane.
Yeah, I think the thread here is like music, drag, and celebrities, like and fandom. Like honestly, like Raven really wanted to be on that show. She wanted to meet the Boys in Motion. She really wanted to meet Maisha, and it was just like that is what I related to the most.
Yeah.
There is also an episode where she sneaks into a dance class to be in the dance class of like her favorite singer's music video choreography, and then he ends up putting her in the video because and that one's fun too. And I think it's very
wish fulfillment. It's like wish fulfillment. It's like, oh, like if I be crazy and sneak into this place, like my favorite celebrity will like think that I'm actually really cool and put me in the music video.
Right. Yes. It's like just get in the room where it happened.
It's a fan fiction prompt.
Yes. It gives you it's the tools for the fangirls, you know?
Yes.
To have confidence.
My favorite, I have to say, is when it's something to do with she failed a test or something, so she has to steal it out of the teacher's desk.
Oh, down the stairs?
Yes. Like the physical comedy in that episode
where she's just riding the desk. Because the desk is on like one of those giant
yes, she's like
and then
I love that. Oh my goodness, she's always doing something ridiculous. It's like, Raven, you don't even need to think like that. She does, and then she gets into things.
I also liked the drag ones, which did foreshadow things for me. I forget, why did they, when they're in gym class and they both dress up as dudes, her and Chelsea, and the gym teacher is like, all right, your shirts, your skins. And one was like, oh, I'm skins.
I remember that.
I loved that.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Yeah, just too much.
So good.
Yeah. And then not to mention Cheetah Girls after Raven. I mean, during Raven. That came out in 2003.
Yeah, and she must have been filming that like at the same time that she was filming That's a Raven. So none of it was out yet. And she couldn't have known what the response was going to be to either. But like both of those performances were so
really good.
Iconic. Like she really didn't have to go that hard, but they all really did.
She did.
Cheetah Girls.
Yeah.
Finally, shortly after releasing a promotional EP, Raven drops This Is My Time.
Yes, and that was September 21st, 2004, which this year, it makes its 20th year anniversary.
That's insane.
Wow. So I was like 11, or 11.
I was 11, and so you were like 10.
11, yeah.
I was...
How old would you guys have been?
I was 8.
So I was 6.
Okay.
Wow.
So these are like deep-seated memories.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, what? Okay, that's really interesting. I was 6. I just can't believe how many memories from that young are just kind of like very crystal clear, but also stuff that
it's impressive.
Yeah. That's insane.
Y'all mentioned when we were chatting that you had seen her on tour to promote this album, right?
Right. Yes. At the Delta Fair.
So it was like a really insane concert though. It wasn't like she was this gets into like my issues with the marketing about this album, because I had no idea at the time when this album came out. I had no idea that it existed.
Yeah.
I didn't see any promotional materials. I
didn't either.
There was no iTunes, so I couldn't find it on the charts or whatever. I didn't have an iPod. I was a child.
Yeah.
And I knew about This Is My Time, the singles, This Is My Time, Backflip, and Grazing in the Grass, because they would show those videos all the time. But I had no idea she had an album.
Yeah.
She didn't even go on a proper tour. She went on like a festival tour. So we had like this, like, it was like a county fair basically that happened every year. And she came and performed like 5 or 6 songs. And it was like, it was like pitch black. Like we were out too late for how late kids should be out.
Blurry memory of this. Like I think I remember only like hearing loud music.
We
and
could barely
sing
see
through
her.
legs. Like, I did not see the
We
stage.
couldn't see her. Our dad had to lift us up, like take turns lifting us up so that we could see the stage. And like, because it was general admission. It was like a crazy chaotic county fair. And they thought, they always think that it's like, oh yeah, general admission, anyone can come.
It's Raven.
This is Raven-Symoné.
It's Raven.
This is Memphis, Tennessee.
They don't understand.
80% Black population. And it's
got
a free
little black girls wanting to see Raven.
A free Raven-Symoné concert. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Oh, it was free?
They did not have the infrastructure.
Yeah, I was going to say, no infrastructure. People are always sorely underestimating Raven.
Yes.
But also,
Delta Fair specifically, they underestimate all of their classes.
It was just a
I
mess.
was about to say they underestimate Black people because a couple years later, we met Corbin Bleu at that same show. And it was a line that was hours and hours long in the hot heat. And by the end, nobody could meet him. You had to keep moving and just shake his hand.
It was literally just walking by him.
They underestimated. They were like, oh, it's Corbin Bleu. It's not Zac Efron. So like there won't be that long of a line and we don't need crowd control.
Rude.
No, honey, we were waiting that line for 5 hours.
In the damn heat.
Like they underestimated Raven and they underestimated Corbin Bleu. And I'm saying this is Disney Channel. Again, Memphis, Tennessee, 80% Black population.
They're underestimating these kids want to see these Black stars.
I saw Corbin Bleu as Usnavi in the Heights.
You saw him as Usnavi?
Yeah, and In the Heights.
Oh my God, we almost did that. My mom,
Okay.
before I knew what In the Heights was, when we were in New York in 2010, remember? She was like, we should go see In the Heights. Corbin Bleu's in it. And we both said no.
I have this memory, but I never attached it to the In the Heights. Like, I do remember her saying, let's go see Corbin Bleu, insert Broadway musical here. It was In the Heights?
What was that?
Usnavi?
Yes, what was that like? What was it like?
Yeah.
He was good. And like the show was kind of on its way out at that point. So I was like in the third row. So it was very close, but he was good.
Was he hot? Sorry, I'm asking the wrong person. I'm asking the lesbian. I'm pansexual, so I'm just like,
He was cute.
I mean,
Yeah, he was.
Because
I
I remember I was like, he's
The character's dorky, but he looked as cute as the In the Heights movie. They made Usnavi too cool. Like he's not supposed to be all sexy, right? Because his name's
He's
I'll
hot.
say that.
Yeah.
Anthony Ramos.
Anthony Ramos.
Is he the cheater?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. That's how
Yeah.
So the big things you need to know about This Is My Time. It was Raven's first full-length album under Hollywood Records,
aka Disney.
which my final thoughts, they dropped the ball big time. I'll save that.
They did. They did.
It's an eclectic blend of pop with R&B beats and then like a rock track, which
there's some random
I
rock
loved
in there.
randomly. Raven said about the album, it's a mixture of every genre that I love, from everything from hip-hop to alternative to rock to R&B to a little bit of pop, of course. And as she was going into the album, she said the idea was, in my head for a while, everybody said, you can only do one genre, not all of them. I said, well, this is my time to show you.
This is my time.
Yes.
Cultural context. Because I think I've heard you guys say on Fangirl Central that you don't really follow tabloids and stuff. I don't now, but when I was in the 2000s, like I would read Perez Hilton, like I was that bitch. So this stuff I did care about. Justin Timberlake and Cameron Diaz were dating. In the 2000s were a time. I mean, people couldn't stop obsessing over the Olsen twins' weight. People were still quoting Napoleon Dynamite. I don't know if y'all cared about that movie, but I loved that movie.
I didn't see it.
I think I don't know.
We were a little too young.
It was like young. Yeah, this was like a weird kid movie. And then Juicy Couture was all the rage still. And you guys mentioned you're a big fan of this movie. The Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement was in theaters, which of course featured Raven as a princess friend of Mia Thermopolis.
Absolutely. It was a beautiful song, Your Crowning Glory, with
Julie Andrews. Like literally, I find it back then. I was like, oh yes, Raven is my favorite pop star in my favorite Princess Diaries movie. And literally, we just rewatched her scene where she does the song with Julie Andrews, and it's like, this is iconic. This is Raven-Symoné singing a song with iconic legend Julie Andrews, and it's like a great song.
Yeah,
it's a fun scene, and like This Is My Time was like This Is My Time, to me, whenever I hear that, This Is My Time by Raven-Symoné, I immediately think of Princess Diaries too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because isn't Bump in the credits? I think Bump is in the credits. A little bump in here.
It might be.
I think
I think that's
might have been.
yeah.
We have it written somewhere.
Somewhere in my notes.
But yeah, when I think of Princess Diaries 2, really the only scenes that I'm like this that I distinctly remember from Princess Diaries 2 were the scenes with Raven.
Yeah.
And like the mattress surfing, and like you said, her scene with Julie Andrews.
Iconic.
A lot of star power in there.
I always wanted to do that mattress surfing.
Me too. We would take sleeping bags and go down our stairs, which was really dangerous.
I did that before. I did that.
But it was fun.
I think it's like interesting that Disney did this with all of their like pop songstresses, like whenever they were like a little too old, because Raven was 19 at this point, so I feel like she was like, I'm not a kid. This album to me felt very, very mature and like veering into too mature for Disney, and like I feel like that's why they didn't market it as much. However, they marketed Vanessa and Ashley's albums when they were like in their early 20s, 19, like, and like she said very mature. Vanessa was like opening, like being my sexual awakening, and Disney was marketing all of that, but they didn't market Ravens in the same way. And it's interesting that you said that people kept telling her that she could only do one genre and it couldn't be influenced by a bunch of different things, and you can only be one thing and you can't be a bunch of things. But Raven has always been a bunch of things, and that's what I find very inspiring about her, because I relate. Like I'm not just one thing, and I don't just want to make one type of art. And I can really tell it in the album. I feel like because it was so complex, they were like, well, no, it's just too hard to sell. It's too black. It's too R&B sounding. Like our audience does not want this. And I'm like, yes, they do. Like it wasn't that far off from the Cheetah Girls. Like the Cheetah Girls music to me is also like pop and R&B and hip hop. And like the Cheetah Girls, we might not look the same, like, but we are sisters. Like,
that was such a hit.
I just feel like a lot of Disney Channel, a lot of early Disney Channel was very like diverse. They had a lot of diversity, and it just kind of plateaued, and then went very blonde and brunette duo.
No, because didn't Sister was that originally a Disney show, or did they just play it on? Because Sister and Smart Guy, you guys might have been a little too young to watch those.
Yeah,
I think that Sister was on ABC,
and then they would air it,
but it's the same family, and so they would air it.
Because I remember watching Sister, but I was already like, I was a little too little for it, but I watched it anyway. And then I also remember watching Smart Guy with Taj and having a crush on him.
Yeah, they would. We were like babies when Sister was airing at like
for the first time
originally.
I think the last season was in '98,
but they did a lot of reruns. Like they hit us right when we were the age that we were watching Disney Channel the most. So we would watch, like, Disney Channel was so black. It was That's So Raven and Proud Family and Sister and Smart Guy. And like, that is what we grew up with when we were little. But then once we hit puberty, it was like all white, like Hannah Montana, High School Musical, Sweet Life on Deck. Like it was like a kind of whiplash, because I'm like, where are all my like black icons? Like there was Twitches, but even then,
that was still early.
Tia and Tamara were on their way out of Disney Channel by the time Twitches was happening.
I also I feel like they saw Raven's potential and almost kind of created Hannah Montana from the idea of Raven. Like that's just my theorizing just now, like, because I feel the way they marketed for Hannah was the first time that they were like, we're going to give you a pop star and we're going to advertise the songs outside of just the show.
Because it's the same premise. It's like, I have a secret double life, like that, and no one can know my secret. And I also can sing and dance. And I'm also like kind of quirky, and I have to get out of situations because my secret doesn't allow me to see the world clearly.
You're so right. I never put those parallels together, but it's clicking. All right. What did the critics have to say?
Well, it sold 19,000 copies in its first week, which, like, this was when CDs were still the primary, like, form of consuming media, so that's, like, not great. But nevertheless, it was her best-selling solo album, and she was asked about her poor charting performance, and she said, "Aren't I always in the studio working on music that nobody buys?"
I remember
I've
that.
seen that.
When did she say that? That must.
She said it on like a TV show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a year though.
It must have been the last couple of years.
Yeah.
That was actually like probably 2004 or 5, because in the clip she's really young. She's like on a TV show.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, like, which I never realized, but obviously she's a 19-year-old girl in the industry. To me, she was just in the Disney realm, but like there's a whole like Black music industry realm that she was taking part. I think it's like on TRL or something, like, and it's like this Black guy who's interviewing her, and she's like, nobody listening to it, like, because y'all all think I'm a kid still. Like that was like, and she's talked about this now. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Interesting. The critics didn't really have many good things to say. They said the album was filled with tired cliches and bad metaphors.
Whatever, boo.
AllMusic gave it 2.5 stars out of 5. Yeah, not great things to say.
Yeah, people were rude.
Yeah.
People are often rude about like most of the music we review, though. Usually people are pretty like sexist about it, and then add in like misogynoir. So I'm sure, of course, it did not do well in the eyes of critics.
Right.
I feel like,
what did you guys think of the album?
When I was listening to it this week, it was making me nostalgic. So I guess I would have to be in the time that it was coming out to hear if it was overplayed cliches. Because to me, it was just like, that's just what the music was like in those times. It wasn't overplayed yet.
You know?
Yeah.
Also, like, compared to what? Like, compared to all the other Disney Channel music, I feel like it was like fresh and fun and empowering.
Yeah.
And like for teenagers. Like, I mean, if it's music for teenagers, it doesn't really, because I don't know that much about music. Like, I don't critique music as if I'm like a music artist. I just know what I like. And to me, it made me dance. It also made me feel emotional. Like, it made me think. Like, I liked her lyrics because a lot of times, like, what I say is I was so delusional because of Hannah Montana lyrics, like telling me that, like, who says I can't be president? Like, life's what you make it, and nobody's perfect, but I'm like doing the best I can. Like, I feel like those are like what Raven's lyrics are too. It's like, this is my time to shine.
Yeah,
like,
and in typical, she's like, I write my own self, and in this, I write my own world, and I don't want to be typical. And it's very like typical is literally something that Hannah Montana could have sung, and so I feel like I really liked it. But I also think that cliches are cliches for a reason, and so when you put it in a song, it makes you feel good. It's like an affirmation.
There were some beautiful. I thought Alice was beautiful.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I thought that. Yeah. I was like, this song is like experimental.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
and
I don't know what's going on, but like I'm
like,
feeling.
Yes, and we'll get into it. So should we just jump in then and start with Mystify?
Yeah, and if any nostalgia comes in, or if you're listening to it in today's terms and you're like, this didn't age well, because I didn't know this album existed. I loved That's So Raven, but I didn't know this album existed. So first off was Mystify.
It is very magical, and like, it's literally mystifying. Like, I was listening to it on the highway yesterday, and I was just having a grand old time. Like, I love the soft and like shimmery sound of it all.
I said that it sounded like, it reminded me of Baby Boy by Beyonce. And also Beyonce is only 4 years older than me.
Yes.
Like, they're like peers in the industry. They probably knew each other.
Wow.
Like, she probably looked up to her. Like,
I never saw it like that.
Beyonce is like to Raven is like Miley Cyrus is to me. Like, we're 4 years apart. Like, you know, she was doing stuff before. And also, like, there's like a lot of like Eastern music influences in the song that also reminded me of Baby Boy by Beyonce. And I really like that.
Yeah, I wrote in regards to that, I said the 2000s loved Orientalism. And like, I know it's fucked up, but I cannot blame them, because I'm sorry, but the Arab scales, like, just
the pentatonic.
The pentatonic, it sounds magical.
It does. It does.
I wrote, I feel like if I had heard this as a child, I would have thought like I was very sexy. Like, I feel like
Yes.
this is where you're
It's a
saying, like,
mature-
it's kind of a mature album.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, like, if I were a little kid,
Yeah.
I would be like, not understand sexuality full, like, but like, be like, oh,
Music
this is
has a
great.
feel.
Like,
Yeah.
Play the part.
Play the part. Yeah. Anytime like there's whispering in the song, I'm like, oh, sensual.
Yeah.
Mr. Fine, Mr. Fine.
Mr. Fine. Dun, dun, dun.
It's a good album opener.
Yeah. And it also matches the cover. It very much matches the vibe of the cover.
Yes.
Like shimmery.
Yes. Because like the shimmer, and then it almost looks like there's like, it looks like there's like feathers kind of on the side.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm picking up the vibe. Yeah. Backflip.
Okay.
Most iconic song.
I'm obsessed with this song, and like this is the song that it's been on my playlist the past like 3 years actually. Like I love this song.
This music video was on Disney Channel all the damn time.
And Ricky from Boys in Motion is the boy in this.
Love this song. My note for this is the absolute best song in the world. This is a childhood favorite. This music video was always on Disney Channel. Obsessed. Probably the first time I was excited and proud to embrace my blackness while playing the role of the like, you better get it correct, boy. Like the way that she just embodies like, because I had seen breakup songs, I had seen like angry songs. It's like the potential breakup song, but like in a way that I could see myself reflected back at me and how I would probably handle a situation instead of like, woe is me, like sorry, like Taylor Swift, like he won't even look at me. Like,
she's like, I need more.
She's like, I need more. I'm demanding more.
Like, come correct. Also, it's such a fun song to sing. Like, it's so fun to just sing every single word. Like, I feel like I'm meditating.
Oh, it really is. I'm so happy we did this album because I forgot about this song, and then I like when I saw the music video, I was like, Celine Dion, it's all coming back to me now. Like, what a magical moment. It's so good.
Yes, I love the outfits and also like whatever effect they have on the coloring. I'm like, this is why I was obsessed with that effect. Nick, the photo website.
It's amazing. The purple, like she wears like a purple shimmery biker jacket and like gives a look at the camera. When he's putting it on her at the end. That was empowerment.
It's so
that was empowerment.
That was, you guys don't know, but I'm a lesbian.
Right. Literally, you said, okay.
I love that the phone was like
the
a mix. The cell phone that was like a BlackBerry mixed with like a Texas Instrument graphic calculator.
Yeah, and then programming him. It was like, I was like,
that she was calculating like the ideal ingredients of her man, like respectful, caring, attentive,
I can't believe you watched
patient.
Yeah, she did it.
And she got it.
Yeah.
What is love? Isn't it?
What is love? Yes.
That makes me feel like an auntie. Like I will sing it, and I just feel like I immediately go into a 2-step sway, and I'm like, "What is love?" And I'm just playing. It sounds so something that you put on to clean the house.
That's how I feel about Overloved.
And that one too.
Like I was like, Amber said this. Amber said, do you think that her wife makes her feel overloved now?
I want to know if her wife treats her how she was saying she wants to be treated in that song. I'm just curious. I hope.
I hope so. I like to think in my head, yes.
Yeah, I like to think too.
No, What is Love and Overloved were like really mature songs.
They were very mature. And I like that What is Love was originally performed by another group, Play, from their album Replay. But then
Against the World.
I did not know
that was in an Olsen.
Yeah. Yes, I love that song.
Yes,
I love Us Against the World. Also,
I don't.
So good. I have it on my drive.
I want to do that one on karaoke, but they never have it. But also, they Play also did the original Cinderella.
Really?
Oh,
I did not.
Yeah,
oh my God.
It was
I'm
their
learning
original
so
song,
much.
and then the Cheetah Girls version is better.
The Cheetah Girls version is better. The Play version, which is the original, is like a little too slow.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, the Cheetah Girls did it better. But so that one's the cover, but Overloved, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure it's an original, right? Like, it was an original for this album. And it's
Diane Warren
hands
wrote
down
it.
one of my fave. One of my fave from the album.
I don't remember Set Me Free at all. It's not coming to my brain.
For Set Me Free, I wrote Bossa Nova vibes.
Well, I have a fun fact that might crack you up. Robin Thicke was credited as one of the writers and producers of Set Me Free.
Okay.
Robin Thicke?
Yes.
Like Blurred Lines Robin Thicke?
Yes.
Well, I don't remember it at all. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Oh my god. No, don't need to now.
This was one of my fave because I was listening to it new and I was like, this song is like a summer breeze.
Really?
I enjoyed it.
I literally cannot remember how it goes now. Like
I wouldn't have like it's because I've just listened to this album. Like I've just been like preparing for this.
It's same. Like I was listening to it all the way through and I'm like, I remember this one, I can't think of it.
No, me neither. Sorry.
One that did stand out though, as y'all brought up, Alice.
Mm-hmm.
That one's
Alice was so amazing.
This was one of 5 tracks she helped write.
I was like,
yeah.
Who is Alice?
Who is Alice?
It gave me like Erykah Badu vibes.
Me too.
Right? Felt very Erykah Badu.
Yes. Yes to all. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, this seems like something for her.
I feel like Alice, like the metaphor is like, oh, I wish I could be as free as Alice and like go to my own little world and be who I actually am.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
You can put yourself into her head.
I really like that song.
She wrote this when she was like 15 over a few days. So like this was like from her poetry basically.
Yeah.
But like also like the trippy hypnotizing ASMR, like which makes sense given the Alice in Wonderland theme, but like I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you everything I've been told.
And the phone ringing with the whispered like voicemail.
Yes, I was like, yes, we got a 2000s phone ring.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And a voicemail.
Classic.
Those really were some like hallmarks of 2000 songs.
Absolutely.
All right. And then next we have Just Fly Away.
Okay, for this, is Adrian doing background vocals on this song? It literally sounds like Adrian Bailon is doing background vocals. Like, go back and listen. It sounds exactly like her.
That's crazy. I bet.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. You have to look it up.
The Jonas Brothers are on Demi's out first.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
One thing that did surprise me about this song, I wrote, is there a fucking harpsichord starting at 2:06? Like, I think they bring in some like fucking violins and some Vivaldi shit. I'm like, what's going on? Is it this song?
2:06.
Yeah, I said it reminded me of Farmer Refuted from Hamilton.
Farmer.
Oh my god. Wait, can I play it real quick? 2:06, you said?
Yeah.
The harpsichord starts at 2:06. 2:06, I think it sounds very...
Yeah, this is Farmers Refuted, actually. That was
That's so funny.
100%.
Oh my god.
And just like Farmers Refuted, not my favorite.
Not my favorite either.
Yeah, I didn't care for this.
I do, however, love
Bump.
B-U-M-P.
Bump cracked me up because I was like, this is definitely like peak written for a kid to go out and party to.
Yes.
And I'm just like, it put me in that zone.
I said, was this Raven's sneaker night?
Oh my god. No, it is. It literally is. I feel like Bump is like, it sounds like it's just supposed to be in the background of a dance scene in a Disney movie or something. Or like just any like teen movie, teen sleepover movie.
This made me the most nostalgic for like an album that I never listened to, but like when I listened to Bump, I was like, obviously this is 2004.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm in 2004.
Yes, I agree. It's
Bumpin'. I love that song. Like I'm putting it on the playlist for the rest of the year.
Well, we have a Spotify playlist that we called Manufactured Bops, and this is definitely going on to it. Like all the music that we review, we were like, we gotta add some.
Because you mentioned Sneaker Night, I have to give you a fun fact about me.
Yes, please.
Which is that the way that I started like editing and creating and being a filmmaker is by making music videos when I was 12 on YouTube. And the first music video I made was Sneaker Night.
Yes. You still have it.
I still have it. And I'm doing all of the dance moves. I'm doing all the dance moves that she does in it, like going and going and going. Yes.
You need to post it.
It's lunacy.
It is. It's iconic.
That sounds like
It's
a
really
gem.
good. It's really good.
Wow.
Like, it's my first like real making project.
It's literally from 6th grade, and it's like things I've ever seen.
That's
It was
so
also
cute.
the day after I got my period for the first time. The day after I got my period.
That you'll never forget then, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I never knew that history.
July 12th, 2008.
Oh, I wish I knew my date.
Yeah, I don't
but I do know I was doing a science fair project, won a blue ribbon at the science fair, and then came home and was like, this is my period, I guess.
Talk about biology.
Yeah.
I literally got my period at the mall. I got my period while I was at the mall with friends without my mom.
That's a Disney
on
show
July
plot.
11th.
That is.
That's a Disney show plot.
Yeah. But I was very glad that it wasn't during the school year.
I also got my period when I was on a sleepover, but it was the night before Justin Bieber's concert, so I had to go to his concert while being like, what's going on?
With your first period?
That sounds horrible.
No.
That's some bullshit, damn.
Yeah. I was like,
Damn,
what
body.
is happening?
Oh my God.
Life is crazy.
Sorry for getting us so off track.
Wait, I just said life is crazy, not meaning. Oh, the next one is life is beautiful. But I was about to be like, I just said the song.
Oh, no,
title.
I love the transition.
Thank
We
you.
do love a transition.
What? I can't remember life is beautiful.
Can we
now.
talk about we can dance on some chairs with some cute millionaires or on
the tables of your local Taco Bell. Did you catch those lyrics?
Honestly.
That is so true.
Paige loves Taco Bell.
I do love Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell too.
I do.
The hard shell tacos are delicious. And they're so nice.
I always get 2 chalupas. I get 2 chalupas with nacho cheese, and then a soft shell taco to round it out.
That's good.
Yeah,
I didn't like this song.
I can't remember it, but I just started playing it. It sounds like Cheetah Girls 2.
It's chaotic. I will say that. I wrote, why do you make it so complicated is how I felt about the instrumentation.
Yeah.
It was like some Spanish sounding guitar, but then I feel like they brought back some like Arabian Nights vibes.
Right.
And I just thought that was funny. But it also gave me some Spice Girls vibes at a certain point. Like I don't know if you know the song Who Do You Think You Are? But it kind of reminded me of that. But like it was fine.
You know what is crazy? My Spice Girl knowledge is not expansive at all, but I can see the Wannabe music video so clearly, all like frame by frame.
Yeah.
In my head.
I bought the Wannabe music video. It was like the first thing I ever bought on iTunes in 5th grade was the Wannabe by Spice Girls music video, and I would watch it.
Oh, it's so good.
10 times in a row every single day, and I didn't know I was gay.
Oh my God! Stop. Sorry. I know this is another sidebar, but I have to tell you me not know about gay shit. So, did you watch the movie Spice World?
No, I haven't.
We
haven't seen it.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I genuinely want to go down a Spice Girls
Okay,
hole.
can I tell you some slight spoilers for the movie? This is like does not have anything to do with anything with the plot.
Yeah.
But randomly, aliens, UFOs crash land, and they're on their tour bus, and somehow they meet these UFOs, and there's these ugly little alien dudes, and they go up and they feel Ginger Spice's titties because she's always has her like hot tits, just like heaving bosoms, and I remember like not understanding sexuality and being like, why am I getting excited by these aliens touching her boobs? And I was raised like I was going to Catholic school at the time,
Right.
and my understanding was so black and white and so cishet that in my head, no, I wasn't attracted to Ginger and her tits. I was attracted to the aliens. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Why am I attracted to this scene of aliens? Am I a little alien fucker? And I just didn't piece together like, no, bitch, you thought Ginger was hot and you wanted to feel her boobs.
That explanation is so real. It's like, because you are so like, your brain is so closeted that you're like, there's no way I'm attracted to a woman. Like, that's insane. And that has definitely happened to me with several other things before.
I mean, that's how, yes.
That's
honestly,
that's so real.
When I was like rewatching this music video, I was like, I just like to watch women dance.
Yeah.
I think women dancing is way cooler than men dancing. And I want to look just like them. Not because I like to look at them. I just want to be like them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
Oh,
very.
there's a lot of that. There's a
That's
lot of that.
insane.
It's like when I like would do drag of the Jonas Brothers and like doing drag of the Jonas Brothers for my friend who was on the soccer team to celebrate her birthday, and I would do this for her.
Right. It's like, yeah.
That's not.
Oh no, come on.
Not queer at all.
Yeah.
Let's think.
We're straight here. We're all straight here.
How about what's real?
What's real?
Yeah.
My gender? My sexuality? Are those real?
But honestly, like listening to this album, I was like, this is Raven singing while in the closet. Even though I feel like I've heard some people say like it was known in the industry, at least when she was that young, that she was lesbian.
Yeah. And Annalisa Vanderpool says that she knew that Raven was gay immediately. Like as soon as she met her in the screen test, she was like, "Yeah, I knew she was gay." And the Christy Carlson Romano who was interviewing her is like, "How?" And she's like, "She's gay." Like you just like look at her. And she was like a few days into like knowing each other, she pulled her aside and was like, "Hey, are you gay?" And Raven was like, "Yes." How did you know? I feel like it's the way she holds herself.
Me too. I was gonna say
she's like a badass.
Yeah. I have to say something. I've met her once.
Oh,
I've met her once, and she shook my hand. And I was on a behind the scenes thing, and so there was a bright light shining behind her head, and I was like, I'm literally losing my mind because I was like a PA, and I was just like, "Hi," and she crushed my hand, and I was like, "This woman is so powerful," and
she is so.
I'm gonna pass out.
I have a similar story. I didn't meet her, but like Amber was like on set of Raven's home, like doing a behind the scenes thing, and but this was before I was like a PA on like an office PA for a different pilot, but it was on the same backlot that they were filming Raven's home. I had no idea that that's where they were filming Raven's home. I was just walking with the other office PA through the backlot and I heard Raven's laugh. And I said, "Oh my God." I literally was like, "Audrey, is that Raven-Symoné?" And she was like, "It sounds like it." I said, "Did they film Raven's home here?" And she said, "I think so." And we rounded the corner and she was sitting on the top of the steps, surrounded by all the kids on the show and making them laugh. And she was cackling at them. And it literally looked like she was like, like I was like, there was a shining bright light on her. She looked beautiful, stunning, cackling. I was like, I don't even need to go up to her. This is not the moment that I meet her. But just hearing that laugh like made my day.
Oh my God.
Those are both really spiritual. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
This woman is so powerful. She
is
literally everything to me.
She's real.
She is real. Next we have
Grazing in the Grass.
Grazing in the Grass.
This song, I forgot. Like I forgot about this song. Like I just completely forgot about its existence. And so when I listened to this and I heard it for the first time, I was transported back into my playroom watching like Lion King music video on Disney Channel and then also watching the music video, the outfit and the blonde braids, the blonde crimpy braids that she has. I'm like, one, I want that style soon. But two, I remember this so well.
Yeah.
Like, but I do not think about it. That's kind of what I was saying at the beginning of the episode. Like, I remember it so well, but it's like never crossing my mind. But now I can just picture it. You know?
That's how I felt for me, not necessarily when I first heard it, it was like something's there. But then when I watched the music video of this and it's playing the like, I think it was Lion King 1.5 clips. And then like, it's like a meta music video where like she's behind the scenes getting her makeup done and then it turns into a music video. I was like, oh, it took me somewhere.
I love this song.
It's so good. The horns, like this, I love like 60s, 70s soul pop. So like bringing that back, but with her like 2000s vibes.
Yeah, very that. It's very that.
And she has the personality to sing this, and like bring it to life. It was so good.
Iconic song.
What's next?
Typical.
Okay, this is the Hannah Montana-esque.
Oh my God, you said that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my note was that this is the complete opposite of what Hannah Montana's the whole first album of Hannah Montana is I'm Just an Ordinary Girl. Like I'm trying to
I guess it
convince
is
you that
opposite.
I am an ordinary girl, just an ordinary
I love that you picked that up.
And Raven says, never want to be just typical, only want to be original.
I wrote about that too, about how, and so Hannah Montana, we reviewed an Emily Osment album. All of the different, like, one of the core messages is, I'm just the girl next door, like, I'm ordinary. And I was like, yes, Raven is like, I'm that bitch. I'm unique. I'm not afraid to, like, show my individuality. But I will say, the Hannah Montana vibes that I pick up aren't in the lyrics and the themes, but the music itself is like pop rock with like a slight country vibe in it. So like in that way, I do hear the Hannah Montana.
Okay, yes, but that is really interesting because it is the exact opposite, and it's just kind of like, it is interesting that a lot of the white pop stars, including Taylor Swift, are very, very much like,
I'm just like you.
I'm just like you. Like their whole shtick is being the girl next door, like
and being relatable.
Being relatable,
I feel like being relatable,
pleasant. Hillary Duff too. Like just and Raven's like, listen, I'm unique and
unique.
This is how I am, and I don't actually want to be like anyone else. Y'all aren't that great. It's great. I love it.
And then lastly,
this is my time.
This is my time.
This is my time. That song is something that is really great to hear at the beginning of a new year.
Empowering. I feel like it reminds me a lot of that girl from Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, where it's like, that girl was me. Like, I am taking what is mine. I am taking what I deserve. I am that bitch. I am that girl.
I'll let dreams come true.
Like, very much, and similarly to typical, like, really, really empowering.
Yes, like nothing's gonna get in my way.
It's so positive, like, and it's just such a strong ending to an album. Like, what a way to cap things off.
Yeah.
And I love that there's not, like, and because of that, there's not a fade out. Like, it has just that beautiful, like, almost musical, very Disney-esque ending where you feel like a, like, not quite a princess, but like a badass princess.
Yes.
Like, you're like, this is my time.
Right. And it's also so, like, it's so of the era and like powerful to also put the title of the album, that song, last. I feel like they don't do that often anymore. But it's like, this is the gist of the album. Like, this is what the album is.
Yeah.
I really wish
it's like a thesis.
I
wish this album had gotten the flowers it deserved at the time, but I feel like there might. I want to put some of these songs like in a movie, like unrelated to Disney Channel, unrelated to anything else.
Yeah,
like,
these are just good songs.
Want this, like, I want this to be a soundtrack to a movie or like a TV show. Like, these are like camp at this point. Like, it's camp and like vintage and iconic for a whole generation of people. Like, I don't know. I'm determined to like get Raven-Symoné an Oscar or an Emmy in my work, and in any way I can support her. I want her to get like icon status that she deserves.
Write a jukebox musical for her with all of her own songs.
I would love that, honestly.
If Disney didn't fumble her career, especially the music side of it, like they did, or Hollywood Records, she would be an EGOT contender.
Yeah.
Like, easily.
Yeah. Like, she had such an incredible career, but they could have, like, if they had wanted to put, and like not underestimated her star power, but also like the appetite for someone who looks like her and dresses like her and sings like her, they really messed up, because she would have, I think I agree, like, she would have already been on EGOT track.
Yep.
I think that she and Keke Palmer are similar people, because like before Keke did like before Keke got memeified with I don't know who that man is, and then got cast in Nope, and now she's like a well-respected actress and like singer and multi-hyphenate, as she has always been to us. Like, Keke has always been iconic to us, and then like she's broken through and become iconic to the world. I feel like a similar thing could happen with Raven, and should.
Yes.
Yeah. I would love to see that.
They do. Yes. Keke's making her own. She started making a bunch of her own like side sketches and started paving her way, and people started catching wind. But it was very much she's been around since we were kids, and that's exactly how Raven is. It's and like we are actually obsessed with her, have been obsessed with her, and know her talent and like her worth.
Yeah.
And also both of them have been acting since they were literally kids, and so they've had really, really long careers. And so I feel like they know more than anyone about longevity and like stability, and how just because you might be famous for a minute doesn't mean that it'll be forever, but also like don't give up because you know the industry changes and like things could change tomorrow.
Yeah, and don't water down your creativity just because of someone else.
And we're eventually going to listen to Keke Palmer's first album and cover her, and I'm really excited. I like was listening to some of her newer stuff and was watching her videos, and I was just like, wow, she's really beautiful. It's just like I'm really mesmerized with her. And she had her own talk show, and like that did really well. And then Raven was on a talk show because of course she did The View. She did The View, which apparently she did because Whoopi Goldberg convinced her to.
Oh my god!
She had been on Broadway. What year was it? She was doing Sister Act on Broadway, which damn, I wish I would have seen that. I didn't know that was happening. And she basically retired after that because I mean that was in 2012.
Right.
And she truly could have retired after that. She said it was like the cherry on top of her career.
I mean, look, I want her to come back. I want her to come back to acting in a big way.
Yeah, because she did a lot of like small projects like off of Disney Channel that I keep finding and I like, never knew about. But like, I don't know. I want to see her in some different characters. I want to see her because I don't watch Raven's Home. Yeah. I've seen a lot of that.
Well, maybe it's like her time soon because I mean,
this is her time.
We're manifesting the this is my time energy, and we know she's been on. I didn't know Raven's Home was going on for so long. It's like on its 7th season, I think. Yeah. Premiere in 2017. So she's going places. Yeah, like
oh wow.
Yeah.
She's out and married, like
and also like doing really good.
It's her time.
Doing like very good like representative work because like Raven's Home. We have a couple friends that write for Raven's Home, and one of them wrote the first trans character on Disney Channel. She's a trans woman herself, but she wrote the first trans character ever on Disney Channel. They won some GLAAD awards. Like Raven's Home is
that's beautiful.
Good. Yeah,
I do want to go back and watch it all just because I feel like I can't miss the content. I can't miss Raven's content. It's out there. I have to watch it eventually.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Any other final thoughts before we do the quick wrap up?
I honestly think I said everything. I'm sorry if we talked
Double Dutch Bus is also a notable music to watch. Because it's like literally like you can watch it without watching the movie. The movie's kind of slow.
We have homework to do.
Yeah.
We've only scratched the surface with Raven.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's so much.
You should also watch the musical episode and that's it.
Okay.
Watch that musical episode.
Okay.
Because I don't remember that one. Do you remember?
I don't think I remember that one.
Okay.
It's really good.
It's really fun.
They each have a song. Eddie Chelsea.
Oh!
So wait, does Eddie actually sing and not just rap?
Because he can really sing.
He raps. Yeah, no. He can sing. He can sing, but I think he's rapping. He's rapping in the music.
Yeah, episode. He can sing. I love when Eddie like breaks into song though. Like, what does he do in the Boys in Motion episode? He's like, "Boys in motion, knick knack, paddywhack." He can sing really well.
Yeah.
I love that. And we kind of like to wrap up our shows in theme. And so we stumbled across a forum online. It's called allaboutraven.proboards.com. And I found a thread saying, if you could describe Raven in one word, what would it be? So to close out, Amanda and Amber, what's one adjective you would use to describe Raven-Symoné?
Iconoclast.
Oh.
I would say essential.
Oh.
These are great.
That is great.
You know what? You did it better than most people in that forum because there are some people that are just full on paragraphs. So including ones about, trying to get her fan mail, people asking if they have her address. It's like, friend, no.
Y'all leave her alone.
This is not Raven's home.
Friend, no. Nah. That was a good one.
Well, thank you again so much, Amanda and Amber, for joining us for this episode. Y'all killed it.
Thank you.
I
This is truly like having celebrities for me. I'm like, oh my god,
this was your bucket list for 2024.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for having us. It's
Truly.
been so much fun.
It's been an absolute pleasure discussing this, honestly.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it back.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I need to add these because I've only been listening to the album. I need to add these to my 2020, my February playlist and just have the ones. I'm gonna add Bump,
Ooh.
My Time, and Grazing in the Grass. And Backflip's already on there. And it just will stay there for the rest of my life.
As it should be. All right. Thank you so much.
I think we have to go watch some Raven's Home and That's So Raven after this.
We do.
Yes.